we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Solaris, we have our red Terran player. Our red Terran, it is Jagoff. Lovely. And in the bottom left hand corner, we have hold on, I gotta fix this. We have someone who puts himself down sometimes. You know, in game he may be known as Bad Macro, but he is complete. Shaking with it. What was it? After we've casted a couple of Complete's replays, and you know what? I think even Complete said himself, you know what? It's a pretty good macro. it's not bad at all. It's not bad, Fatih. Oh my god. Shaking my head. As we are going hatch first. Going to be a hatch first opener here from our Zerg player. Likewise, we do have a double gas opener here from Jagoff. Interesting. My eyes are definitely on our Terran player here for what he does whip out. I was gonna say it should be just a standard Rax expand, but I'm curious to see how he brings this all together. SCV moving out across the map. And it is just hatch gas pool from our Zerg. So standard from our Zerg player. With double gas, this should be leading into a faster factory. This could be leading into a one base all in. My eyes are peeled. Show us that factory. Marine first. There it is. Factory is on the way. Now, since we're in the new patch, this could even be something like Marine first to shut down the Overlord, and then we go into a reactor for Cyclones. Could be a mass Cyclone-based opener. Could be Hellions for a Hellbat push. There are a couple of different options available here for Jagoff. And there it is. Reactor is on the way. This should be an add-on swap. This is an opener. This is a build that has been rising in popularity in recent times. I say rising in popularity. We've seen it every now and then. As SCV is going to be pulling back. Jagoff did, of course, confirm the hatch gas pool, the economic opener of the Zerg, and Complete should be looking to expand and take that third. Now the question becomes, do we go Rax Factory into a CC, or do we throw down like a second factory or starport? Where are you taking us? There's that add-on swap. Do we go Hellions for Hellbats or Mass Cyclone? Huh, what's it gonna be? Show us the Cyclones. The Hellions. This is when he goes like Widowmine. There it is. It is going to be reactored Hellions out of Jagoff, and to rush into Hellions in such a manner, this should be leading into a Hellbat push. This should be leading into an armory behind this, but we'll see. We'll see. Because it's the ladder, and anything could happen. Ladder games don't always have to make sense. Meanwhile, of course, Complete going to be joining up. This is an early Bailey Nest. We stayed in gas. I should have pointed that out as well. We did stay in gas. Early Bailey Nest is on the way. It looks like Complete is going for a Bane Bust. Otherwise, there would be no reason to throw down a Bailey Nest this early on. I mean, to be fair, he should be recognizing, hold up, this is a late CC. It is a late expansion, but usually that would lead into earlier Queen production or just heavier Queen production. We are lacking that here, which is concerning. Whether it would be Hellions or Cyclones, Queens are necessary as a Zerg player to defend in the early game. So this is something that we are lacking, and this is something that could get us killed as a Zerg in this situation. So yeah, we're going to be relying on Ling Bane instead, which can still work. Definitely. As we have 3 Queens to defend, Hellions are going to be moving out. Behind this, we get Fast Tim, no armory, getting into a starport. Very peculiar build here from Jagoff. Did invest into Hellions, yes, but we're not hyper committed. And this just means that the Terran player is behind. They invested heavily into tech early on, and this delayed their expansion, delayed their SCVs. No leak. Wait, what? No. Not like this. My apologies. Hopefully we just realized in-game as well that we do not have link speed, and that is why we had so much gas. I was curious. That's a little bit awkward. I'll be honest, I've been here before. I've totally been in a situation where, like, the Hellions rock up, and I push in, I see my slow links, and I'm like, hold up. What's wrong? What did I do? Oh no. So no link speed, and we're going straight into a lair. We're going for a ride. Where are you taking us? So, strap yourselves in. And we have mech across the map, by the way. We have combat shields. What? We have blue flame. Never mind. Wait, what? Blue flame early tank production into a second Rax? Remember earlier how I said that, hey, it's a ladder game, it doesn't have to make sense? This is kind of what I meant. What are we seeing right now? Yeah, this is really interesting. Early tank production can lead into a later, like, really fast, like, triple tank push, for example. Meanwhile, Hellion counterattack, getting a couple of drone kills here. Really good positioning behind the middle line. Slowlings coming in, and because they're slow, we can just have our way with them. The slope, everything is slow. Slow, bro, was that you? Is that we're waddling in. Ay. Jagoff trading very well. Our Terran player here hasn't lost anything, by the way. Look at the trades. 0 units lost, 24 lings, and 2 drones for the Zerg. Ay. Very nice trades here from Jagoff. Behind this, getting into a 3-1-1 setup. Again, just really early tank production. I'm really not in love with Stim. Really not in love with Blue Flame. We do have Stim, thankfully, but this is basically delaying combat shields. You know, without the tech lab on the racks, no combat shields, delayed upgrades in general here, whether it would have been concussive shell afterwards. So yeah, I'm not in love with this here from the Terran. But I mean, hey, we have Blue Flame Hellions, I guess. I guess we can roast up some drones a little bit faster. Armory on the way, eBays as well for eventual upgrades. That armory does mean that we will have access to Hellbats, by the way, at a really awkward timing. In time for the push, actually, now that I think about it. As we're pulling the boys? Are we... Oh. Oh, I see what happened. That's... no. Fun fact, this has happened in pro play before as well. Jagoff, I think he accidentally lifted the CC. He accidentally lifted the CC, and so all the workers, they all had to mine, so they went down to the low ground instead. I think it was Pig Jr., sorry. Pig's little brother. We casted him in ANZ Champs, and that happened as well. It happens to the best of us, So getting into 1-1. Behind this, let's go. Ling speed is on the way. Ling speed, Baneling speed, 1-1. Hydra's Ling Bane Hydra coming out. We had a really awkward kind of route here, but you know we're getting everything. Gee, never mind. Hydrogen is cancelled. We're going for a Spire instead. Ling Bane Muta going to be the composition of choice. Again, it was a rocky road getting to this point in the game, but we got here nonetheless. We have a decent worker count, 58 drones. And even though initially Jagoff was doing really well with the Hellion harass, the harassment stopped for a while for no reason. I'll be honest, Ling speed just finished. Up until this point, these Hellions, they could have gone back home, repaired, and moved out again, and we could have been harassing non-stop this entire time. But Jagoff has kind of, I mean, to be fair, in a standard game, Ling speed would have been done. He didn't know that, but, you know. So there was a lot of potential for the Terran. Did back off, though, is just building up towards one big, what looks to be a 2-base all-in. Third CC is very late. This third base is so very late for our Terran player here, so this is going to be pretty committed. Our Terran player is going to be falling behind in the economy because of how late this expansion is, and again, despite the name, Bad Macro does have better macro than his opponent. Is going to be getting up to 4-base saturation, working on a 5th. Creep spread, not looking too bad. Well, the bases are connected. That's at least what we need. Oh, we're diving into the Hive. Oh my god. Doing straight into Hive Tech as well. Double expanding, taking a 5th and a 6th base. Let's go. Lead has control of his side of the map. Meanwhile, back at home, our Terran player finally taking a 3rd base. Still a regular CC, not an orbital. Not looking ideal. And as the 3rd base is being taken, complete, we're pushing it. We are looking to try and punish this 3rd. We do have a hefty army, don't get me wrong, but it's not quite in position to protect this space. Planetary is going to be on the way. We do force a lift. Getting good tank positioning, shaving off a lot of those lings. Our Red Terran repositioning here towards the third. But macro-wise, I mean, we're on 83 drones already. 83 workers. We are lacking a couple of injects, so what's really holding us back is our larva. We have, Jesus, a massive bank. I just now realized. We have 4K, 2K, soon to be 3K in the bank. Jesus. It's a lot of minerals and a lot of gas to work with. And again, with this bank, we can just make nothing but hydras, lurkers. We can invest into ultras. There it is, ultra caverns on the way. We can kind of spend our money wherever we want. Ooh, but we are supply blocked, actually. Ooh, we are stuck at 148 supply. Gonna be rolling on in. Going straight for the army. Oh, good bathing connections. Do connect with the Marines. This is a bit of an overextension, though, and ooh, this is not the trade we're looking for. Bleeding out so many of those lings. And we could potentially counterattack. Like, right now, Complete is in a lot of trouble. The supply just plummeted, and again, because of the supply block and because of the limited larva that we have, we can't actually remax. Jagoff traded well, and yeah, now is the moment to push. We need to push as soon as possible. The longer this goes on, Complete is remaxing and rebuilding. Bearing in mind that we're keeping the tanks at home, so this army is going to be a little bit more mobile, but less firepower is available. Bailey's are finishing up. This hatchery should go down. Complete going to be rotating over. We'll see if we can save the space. Do we have enough here in position? Yeah, the hatchery will fall. And from here, we just pick up and get the hell out of here. As I say that, though, up the Bailings, they crash in. We don't pick up. We don't save anything. And, oof, this is going to be a brutal loss here for Jagoff. Initially, it was good. I was like, yo, we can drop, we can kill a base and just pick up and get the hell out of here. We dropped, we killed the base, but we didn't pick up and we didn't get out of there. Brutal loss there for our Terran, and with that, Complete going to be able to get away with the Hive Tech. 3-3 on the way, Adrenal, Hydra upgrades as well. We thought about going into mutas earlier, but we're kind of pivoting away from that. No longer supply blocked, which means we can now max out with ultras. There it is, 6 ultras on the way. Now, unfortunately, the ultras don't have the best upgrades. We're still working on kindness plating, but we're getting there. We are getting there. And what I will say is that because we've been keeping our tanks back at home, this is going to be a bit of a difficult position to break. Pushing into this with a ground Zerg army is going to be a little bit brutal. Assuming that the tanks kind of stay where they are. But we'll see if we do move out as Jagoff attempts to take a fourth. We have a triple drop towards the right-hand side. Ultras are popping. And like, once again, this drop has potential, but hopefully we can save our units this time. Hopefully. So you go for the Marine drop here towards the south. We pick off a Queen. We go pick off a lot of these drones. Oh my god, the entire mineral line. Yeah, late reaction here from Complete. This hatchery should fall. And we should evacuate this time. I'm hoping. There. As this time we can pick up and get the hell out of there. Behind this Complete, still just waiting for his upgrades, maxing out. Not really too concerned with losing the space. Still has a worker lead. And we're just building up towards this one big push, this one big collapse on this position. They're only moving in with half our army though, which is a little bit concerning. We'll see. Looking at the units tab, alright, we have 8 tanks. 8 tanks, all of them sieged. The bio army, though, is looking vulnerable. We could potentially get on top of this. Get us around, collapse with the Banelings. I can see a world where we can clean this up. Now, something that I should also say is that, honestly, there's no reason to push into this as well. I think we're going to, but we don't have to. We're going in. Oh, Hydras that get stuck here on the ramp. They do not have speed. Oh, no, they do, thankfully. Ultras, they do collapse here on the Planetary. Planetary is going to be going down. Where's the repair? No repair. The Planetary does fall. Tanks are shelling away, but yeah, the Marine army did struggle against those Banelings. So many of them did go down. Ultras getting on top of the army as well. Oh, the swipes. Oh, my God. Only takes a couple. The Marines, they melt. And we will clean this up, but the damage has been done. We have broken a base. Jagoff now stuck on a 2-base economy. Barely, it's essentially a 1-base economy. Lings are flooding in. A bit of an overextension here from Complete. You get a tank? Oh, get 2 tanks. This is worth it. What should have been an overextension, but was worth it in the end. Running into the Bio Army. The Ultra getting some hits in as well. That's a lot of Marines, though. 3-3. 3-3 Marines. They do chew through some of these Ultras. Some brutal trades. And essentially, Jagoff is all in. We're completely all in. We have a wall of Ultras. We're back with the Mass Ultra. That's all we need, Pop. That's all we need. And there's nothing to deal with this. There's no Ghosts. There's no Liberators. There's no answer to these Ultras. They have arrived. They're going by uncontested. Knocking down these rocks. And what do we have to defend? We have 1 tank on the low ground. We have 0 tanks on the high ground. 1 tank is all that we have left. Which means we can pull this off. Even though it's going to be tough, like pushing through these depots, we can do it. We're breaking in. We do break in. We get on top of the tank as well. GG gets called, and Complete is going to be taken down. Oh, GG's all around. Well, then the Vikings, we can maybe clean up these Ultras at least. No, we're trying to. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen as we clean up the last remaining Marines here. Again, a really odd start to the game. But we got there as a Complete, aka Bad Macro, will take the game. GG, Papi, GG. Look, I don't know what the hell was happening at the start. The lack of link speed, going into fast tanks into Blue Flame Hellions, crazy, Papi, crazy. It was a good start for the Terran. I do think that, again, they could have been a little bit more assertive in the early to mid game, especially without any link speed on the field, but alas, they just wanted to be a little bit more defensive. And eventually, when Complete did get their 4-base economy up and running, we could spend our money, we got out of the supply block, it was all good. We got there in the end. We got there. GG. GG, well played. And up next, we have something a little bit different. Now, I hope this works. I do hope this works. Shout out to Complete, by the way. Shout out to Complete. Taking the game. Taking the game. Despite the chaotic start as well. Able to keep a cool, calm, and collected head. Able to recover as well from that position. But, yeah, we have something a little bit different, and I hope it works. We have a TVT. We have a TVT between some AI